Welcome to the Michigan Golfer Show. Join us each week as we explore the people, the places, and the events that shape our great game.
Hi, I'm Jack Berry, and I'm at the Michigan Golf Show on Grand River Avenue in beautiful downtown Novi, Michigan, right near my town of Northville. Familiar territory. And we've got Kevin Helm, who is the executive director of the Michigan section of the Professional Golfers Association of America. And the Michigan section is one of the very best sections in the country. There are altogether more than 30, 41 sections, from coast to coast and out in Hawaii too. So what's happening, Kevin?
Well, first, thank you for having me. That's a kind introduction. I mean, every section, if you interview the executive director, they're going to say they're the best of the 41 sections. But yeah, we're proud of the Michigan section and its history, and we're sneaking up on our 100th anniversary here pretty soon. We're 1922, so a couple years, and we'll be celebrating 100 years with the Michigan PGA, which is kind of going to be a big deal for us.
Wait a minute, is the PGA championship coming then?
Not that I'm aware of. Oh, okay. That would be nice, though, wouldn't it? Yeah, tie that in with our 100th year. Well, first, this is great to be here. People are excited about golf in Michigan. Based on where I had to park when I got here, there's a lot of people here. Place is packed, so that's great. This is always, I know the West Michigan show and this are both big kickoffs to the golf season, so we're excited to get into it here in Michigan. I know courses are opening this weekend, some of them.
Well, I was hoping that on Tuesday I saw the forecast of sunshine and maybe even 50 degrees, and a friend of mine from the old persons league that I belong to starts with an FART. We were going to play at Glenhurst, but now I hear that they're talking about rain.
Well, I don't know about that, but I know we get early good weather every so often, but then it's followed by snow and whatnot. But I think to have a stretch of week and a half of 50s is getting people excited, and courses it's worth it to open now because they know they'll have some business.
It's been unusual non-winter, and what have you heard about the courses? What kind of condition are they in?
I haven't talked to a lot of the superintendents, but from what I see out my window every day, and I have not heard of any damage like we've had some years where everybody had ice damage. But I think all in all, it sounds like people are pretty optimistic about the conditions this spring, so we should be good.
So how is everything else going along with the Michigan section?
Michigan PGA, things are great. We're really excited about the upcoming year. Every other years, we're honored to host the Senior PGA Championship down in Benton Harbor. So that is going to happen again this year, this spring. So we're excited about that. Obviously, you probably talked to other people about all the tour events now we have going on between the LPGA, the Champions Tour, and the Rocket Mortgage Classic. So golf is healthy in Michigan, so we're excited about that.
It's like the old days. Actually, we're getting more tournaments than we did have back in the old days.
Yeah, we had obviously the Buick Open run, Oldsmobile Classic we had for a while in Lansing area. Seniors, we had 4, but all in 1 year to have this many repeated is probably better. You're right, more so than we had back then.
The senior champions, senior PGA champions over at Benton Harbor there, that has turned into quite a good tournament.
Quite a good, fortunately for the support from KitchenAid and the Whirlpool Corporation, every other year it's going to come back to Michigan, and to see that community and what's happened every other year when you go back, and all the development and just new growth in that area, it's achieving what Whirlpool and KitchenAid wanted to do, is to shine a spotlight on the area and help rejuvenate it and see it a little bit of a rebirth for that Benton Harbor area.
Being washed out, are they, by Lake Michigan? Wow.
No, but I know there's a lot of news coverage of what's going on the West Coast, and my family is from Ohio, my wife's family, and have a cottage on Lake Erie east of Cleveland, and they've dealt with erosion for years there. But this is the first I remember it being a really publicized event on the west coast of Michigan, but pretty serious stuff.
How about championships, tournaments for the members?
Again, we have a great schedule set. We're very excited. We have a long relationship with Boyne and the Tournament of Champions. Exciting news there that they've stepped up and are going to increase the sponsorship and the purse by, I think, $10,000 this year. So that'll be something that will be exciting to promote to the people that are eligible for that. It'll elevate that championship even more so than it is. Michigan Open, very excited. We're close to having some big news there. We're going to have a nice new title sponsor for the Michigan Open that we're going to be hopefully close to, maybe in a week or so, announcing. And that'll be big news for all the players in Michigan and a lot of the mini tour players that might be out trying to play for a living but are still Michigan residents. And I think they'll definitely want to come back and continue to play in the Michigan Open.
And that is at the Bear.
Yes, at the Bear, yep.
That was always a lot of fun going there, especially the first couple of years of the Jack Nicklaus course. And wow, that was the toughest golf course in the world, I think.
I think it's tough now, but I think it's tough now, but I've heard this. It was before my time, but I know, and I've heard the interviews of what it was like shortly after the Michigan Open just went there, and right off the fairway was the high grass and a lot of lost balls and whatnot, and they've certainly softened that, but you really need to play well there to score well there.
I did a worst ball the first year. The nines were like 82, 83. Wow. When they got finished, they were whipped.
Yeah, well, I'm glad we have the golf course we have now to run them. But it's a great host for the Michigan Open. It feels like home. We had a 28-year run there before, I want to say 2007 or so. But yeah, so we're excited to be back there. We've had it there the last 2 years. Last year we had a great championship, but maybe one of the 2 times ever we lost a round and could not play the final round due to unbelievable rain overnight and that final day. So we had a 54-hole championship. Eric Lillable, fortunately, it was a little less controversial because he had a 5-shot lead. Would have been a real sticky mess if we had a bunch of people tied for the lead, but
at the beginning, on 18, that was a driver and a medium iron, something like that. Now it's what is it, about a 3-wood and a wedge?
For a lot of them, yes. It's depending on the wind and how soft it is, but and we hear that on the national level in the tour. They're talking about what are they going to do to keep golf courses relevant. And fortunately, we still have some great golf courses, the Bear being one of them, that even if it's playing shorter, there's enough challenge in the green complexes and the bunkering that, there's going to be some low scores, but not 4 in a row. People tend to give some shots back, so it's still a great challenge. Whoever plays best that week, you can't fluke it around there. It's going to rise to the top, and we're going to have a great champion.
Well, they know that they deserved it.
Exactly.
And you say you won the Michigan Open on the Bear. Well, you're a player.
Exactly. And so those are the big championships. Women's Open at Crystal Mountain. Year after year, we have a great field and great partnership with Crystal Mountain there, and we're excited to be back there. Drive, chip, and putt. We had an unbelievable regional final at Oakland Hills. Last year, qualified 8 kids to go on to the national finals. We'll be back at Oakland Hills this fall for another regional final. So we're excited about that. They just were a great partner with my staff to just put on an unbelievable regional experience for the parents and the kids from all over the Midwest. It was great. So we're happy to go back there again this fall for that regional finals.
Yes, as a matter of fact, the Michigan Golfer TV was out there in September, October, whatever it was. That was a nice day, and it was terrific to see all those kids parading through there. And again, we've got a couple of the Michigan kids are making it to Augusta again.
Exactly. We have Lucas Bernstein from, I believe he's from Williamston. He qualified and will be representing Michigan. And then Doug Brody, one of our PGA members, his daughter Kate qualified, so she'll be representing Michigan. So it'll be exciting to see how the 2 of them do down at Augusta.
She's been there before, hasn't she? Was she there the first year or so?
I don't think she had, but maybe. I'm sorry, I don't know if she has or not. But it's a huge deal for the kid. I think she had, but maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know if she has or not. But it's a huge deal.
How many kids tried to qualify around? How many sites do you have?
We have 10 local events, and I think we had over between 13 and 1,400 kids register to qualify at the local level. Then we had 2 sub-regional events that qualified people to go to Oakland Hills, the regional finals. But pared down in Michigan from 13 to 1,400, I think more closer to 1,400, down to the finals, that only 8 went on to Augusta from Oakland Hills.
Well, it's been obviously very, very popular.
It is, and I gotta be careful. It is, and I gotta be careful how I say this. I'm very excited about what they do at Augusta in the national finals. I mean, it's great television. It's great stories when you hear where the kids come from and all their various stories. But what you see at the local level tells me that this is really having an impact on exciting kids and getting them interested in playing golf. I don't know if, without PGA Junior League and drive, chip, and putt, a lot of people see what's going on at the national level and think, well, they're all golfers already. They play tournaments and whatnot. At the local level, you see how many new kids this is bringing out to the game, and they're getting excited about it, and then they stay with it. And then certainly by the time they're 13, 14, they're aging out of the event, but they're accomplished players. But it's attracting new golfers, new kids.
Well, how successful has the junior league been? How many clubs or courses?
We had 100 and probably 137 teams, I think, or leagues going on. It's just a huge number. Chelsea in our office does a great job organizing that every year. It grows, which is fantastic. In fact, it's gotten to the point where instead of qualifying the teams to come to a state championship, which we've done the last 2 years at Binder Park and Battle Creek, we have too many teams now, so we're going to do like an East and a West, and then only have a Final Four at the state level, just because there's too many teams to get that done. So that's a good problem to have. But we hear from the captains and from the parents and the kids that play. They love it. It's just a fun way to play
teams. That's been a relatively new event, right?
Yeah, but it's great. It's it's Little League baseball for golf. It's kids will play on a team. They got their jerseys with their names and numbers on the back. They get to play with their buddies, and the format is a 2-person scramble and a team event. It's great. You have some experienced players supporting ones that are newer to the game, and it's just a great overall program.
Well, I think golf also gets a great boost from some of the people in the professional leagues, like a Steph Curry, who's involved in it, and just a bunch of big-name tour players and guys from the NBA who like to play golf, and guys from the NFL who love to play golf.
And then at the national finals at Augusta, it's great to see the Bubba Watsons, and they even have like past champions, Tom Watson, and people are at the tournament and helping give out awards to the various age division winners and whatnot, and they interview them, and they love seeing what the kids are doing at a young age. So that's kind of cool that they take the time to go out and spend time with the kids and talk about all the great swings they see, and it's pretty encouraging for junior golf going forward.
It seems very encouraging now from maybe 10 years or 15 years ago. It was like, oh, gee, there's no kids playing, just a bunch of old guys, who cares? And it has changed so much.
We haven't solved all the problems of golf, but there's a lot of good things happening, and I appreciate a chance like this to talk about those positive things. So many times, a lot of the national media hear the negative things. It's nice to be able to promote a lot of the good things that are going on with golf, and we were very proud to just have Midnight Golf, a program we've been involved in since 2001 when it started in Detroit. We've been fortunate just recently to be featured on CBS This Morning. They did a great segment on that, and it received some national attention, which great for Renee Fluker and the founder, and for all the participants. It's just a terrific program, but to see nationally it gets some attention is very rewarding.
Man, she is sensational. I did that for a couple of years and went out and saw them, and sensational what they've done. How many members do you have in the Michigan section?
We have 733 members as of this week, and that continues to go up a little bit. What's gone down is the associate numbers. It used to be called apprentices, now they're associates. That number is down. We only have around 70 associates right now, so that number at one point when I was with the Michigan PGA was close to 200. So, you know, and it used to be people complain, hey, there's just too many golf professionals coming into the business, there won't be enough jobs, you know, for them, and so it's kind of, the faucet's been shut off now. It's almost to the other way now. Hey, I would say it's a good time for someone, a young person that's interested in a career in golf, to get into the business because it's an aging membership. As they start retiring, there's so many more or fewer associates getting into the business now. I think it's going to get to where there's some good employment opportunities in the next 5 to 10 years in golf.
Well, I know that when I look at the names in the directory and all, not too many guys they're my age anymore. So I know
the names now is what you're saying?
right. So I think
you're not the only one.
I think there'll be a lot of them.
Yeah, but no, that's encouraging because I know we need the best and the brightest to want to get into the business and help run these facilities and teach the game. And for a while there, it just got discouraging for people to see there's all these people. For every job, there's 80 applicants. And it's nice to see it kind of the equation switch a little bit. And I think we're going to see more and more people want to get in the business, which is great, men and women.
Good.
Yeah.
We've been talking with Kevin Helm, the executive director of the Michigan section of the PGA, and been very informative with Kevin doing a great job there in Michigan PGA.
Thank you, Jack. Keep up the great work promoting golf in Michigan.